taxi fares in Thailand to increase after 8 years, high-speed rail links, and a bank fraud case, all coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello, I'm Jay.
I am Maddie.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I actually had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. This show is brought to you by British International School Phuket and Amanda Waterpark and AAAFX.
Wow, new sponsors.
That's right. Thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring the show. Let's start talking about today's Thailand headlines, starting with taxi fares in Thailand to increase after 8 years. What has prompted such a move?
So the higher cost of living is actually the cause, but they have not come out of the date yet when they will actually increase the fares, but they're looking into it. They did a survey. So this survey was actually done by organizations such as the Department of Land Transport, firms representing the drivers, various associations for consumer groups, and of course the Thailand Development Research Institute. And they found that people were taking shorter and fewer taxi trips, and the number of vehicles on the roads has actually dropped from 80,000 to 60,000.
Okay.
Quite significant.
Yeah. And so they're definitely going to increase, but they still need to do more research on how much would be appropriate, and it wouldn't affect the public, but would be enough for the taxi drivers. So, yeah, we will have to see, but soon they will come out. But the agreement is that if they increase the taxi meter prices, the taxis cannot refuse passengers.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. That'll
And
never
they're going to have
happen.
a system, a point system, that if people complain, they will get points deducted and then their license taken away.
That takes way too much time to even complain.
I
It's so
know.
notorious, awful, some of the taxis here. Like,
They'll just drive
I want to
off.
shame them if I could.
Some people just leave the door open and just walk away.
Are you talking about me?
No, they're
Okay, just people in general.
Oh, yeah, that
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
you should do that. But then again, you don't know what a nut some of the
Yeah,
taxi
they're
drivers are.
crazy.
You leave the door open, he comes out, starts chasing after you, and it's like, oh no.
But you have to do it in a way that it's not obvious. I'm like, okay, and then you just like close it very gently so it's like ajar. I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't close it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like that kind of.
So
Yeah.
the trying to complain and losing the point system is one way of dealing with it. Now, do people actually have the time, and are they going to make the effort to complain about those taxis? I don't know, because sometimes you just want to get home, don't you?
Yeah.
We're talking about, like, especially in rush hours, and the taxi drivers, they know that a lot of people will come from this area and they'll need a taxi. And what happens sometimes, I've noticed, is like one guy will come, roll down his window and be like, where are you going?
Oh, yeah.
And then he'll just give a number, 150. I'm like, it costs 50 baht. 150. And I'm like, no. And then he drives off. And then, like, maybe you have to go through sometimes 5 or 6 before you get a taxi driver who's doing his job and is a
know.
decent person and just pressing the meter.
Another problem that I noticed is that, the license that they put in front of the car and the actual driver, they're not the same person.
What?
Oh, a lot of the
Yeah,
times, yeah.
Yeah. So
What
I
if he
think
got
that's another
plastic
problem.
surgery or something?
No, it's a different name, a different last name.
Oh, you mean you mean in the front, in front of
Yeah,
the front
yeah.
seat?
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be information about your taxi
Yes.
driver, and it'll be like,
Even that's fake.
yeah, it'll be like
no.
an old man, but there's a young man driving the car. I'm like, that's definitely not.
Exactly. So
not
that's
de-age.
that's harder to complain as well, because you don't even know his real name and last name. So
Right.
yeah.
And that's why applications like Bolt and Grab are so easy to use. Like, number one, they don't refuse you.
Exactly.
Like, I've never been refused by them before. Plus, they have a star point system.
Yeah.
So if they did anything that you didn't like, you can immediately complain to the big boss there.
And it's a fixed price. There's no haggling.
Exactly,
And now they
yeah.
have cool features like, please don't talk to me.
Oh yeah,
I'm
the
tired.
silence mode.
And if you forget something behind your phone, you're more likely to get it.
Yes.
Agree.
Because you can track where the car went. You could message them, and they're decent people.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll see how it
Are we
goes.
pro Grab?
I think
Honestly,
we are.
I am. I personally am.
Grab, please sponsor us.
Yes.
Very big company. We would love to be sponsored by Grab. But yes, taxi fares to increase. Do we know how much it's going to increase by?
Around 7%.
Oh, 7%.
But
Of
they're
35
not
baht.
sure.
You mean the minimum
The
minimum
minimum,
price that it
yeah.
starts?
So we'll see. They haven't confirmed anything yet. They are still under discussion, so we'll see.
Okay, quick, somebody show me your math skills. What's 7% of 35?
I suck in math.
I suck
sorry.
at math. I'm a fake Asian.
Vishai behind the cameras pretending like he's calculating.
It's okay. Somebody
All
in
he
the
said
audience
was,
will say.
and that's it. But yeah, it's going to increase by 7%.
Or not, we'll see.
Which is not great because I think the minimum wage was going to increase by 5%, was it?
But they haven't been, like, the price hasn't increased for 8 years.
Yeah.
And it has been 35 baht for a long time.
Yeah, I think it's fair to increase the price. It's just like, come on, increase the service
Would
as
you
well.
feel like 45 baht is expensive?
I
If that's
think
the starting price of the meter?
I think it's fair though. Like they need to eat, and I have noticed that the prices in the markets have increased over
Yeah.
time. So
And
I don't
gas
mind.
prices as well has
Exactly.
increased. So yeah, so we'll see if they can find a middle ground for all of us.
Yeah, and then nobody uses the taxi because, I think it stays 45 up until 1 kilometer or 800 meters, I believe. Nobody uses it just for short distances, right? So you're going to use it to travel to a couple of kilometers anyways. I don't think it makes a big difference, but you're right. Do they need it? Do they not read it? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And see if people actually stop using the taxi and those numbers drop. As for now, I've got a optimistic story
Yay.
to talk about.
okay.
It's actually about Thai Airways.
Okay.
You guys remember 2 days ago I was talking about how Thai Airways is trying to turn things around. They've
Yep.
got this new rehabilitation program coming up, and then they've put the proposal in. Well, it got approved.
Yo, yay.
That's quick.
It did. Well, not as quick, but initially it was actually given to their creditors at July the 1st.
Okay.
So, it's taken 2 months. But yeah, creditors of Thai Airways International on Thursday approved a new rehabilitation plan in what the airline called a major step forward on its flight back to full recovery.
Nice.
That's right. The airline said that the proposal was originally submitted on July the 1st. It's finally been approved. The result will now be reviewed by the Central Bankruptcy Court, which has scheduled a hearing on September the 14th. And once it's been cleared by that and reviewed by that, everything will be very merry.
Very merry
Yes.
Christmas.
And again, like this approval shows the confidence from the creditors and that they believe in the company and that they're willing to back it up. And that's what it needs. Now, here are some of the details. Now, the amended plan that was submitted to the Central Bankruptcy Court in July included a plan to borrow, okay, hold on to this, 12.5 billion baht over 6 years,
Okay.
and another 12.5 billion baht in the shorter term. Now, together, that's what, 25 billion baht, right? That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Lots.
But they need that much money.
for sure.
If they're, this goal about bringing the reputation up of the airline to kind of restart, they've been dead. To kind of restart an entire airline. And Thai Airways is our national carrier. It's not an
Yeah.
easy feat to just bring it up. All these people that were laid off from the pandemic, the
Yeah.
experts that you still had to keep, training them, getting the planes ready to fly again. A lot of them that were just grounded for years and years. They
Yeah.
haven't been able to sell everything. So it's going to take a lot of money to run the company as well. Get the people back, get everything going. So hopefully, now that it has been approved, they can use this money wisely. And they're going to the bankruptcy court, and there's a lot of people watching and paying attention now so that they don't go back into debt again, so that they don't make silly decisions or wrong decisions. So there's more hope, and now there's more light as well. Thank you. Thank you. That's
Very appropriate.
That's Thai Airways' future just now. It just
Bright.
got brighter.
Bright.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blinding almost. Yeah.
And to wear some sunglasses.
Sunnies.
Yes. Anyways, and it's also called for debt for equity swaps totaling 37 billion baht, or about 25% of its more than 100 billion baht in debt. That's right. Yeah, they're taking 25 billion baht to borrow, but they're more than 100 million baht in debt. Some of the changes that have taken place, let's just quickly go through them. The national carrier has undergone a massive downsizing as part of a plan to bring its headcount and fleet size in line with business expectations. Thai has downsized its fleet from 103 planes to 61, and 20 of those belong to Thai Smile, their domestic carrier. Actually, Thai Smile fly international too.
Yeah,
But
a short distance.
yeah, they're the sister company of Thai. And staff numbers have been reduced from 29,000 to 14,400 at present, including 3,800 crew members and about 900 pilots, lowering the payroll from 2 billion baht a month to 700 million.
Wow.
They've cut a lot of costs.
Lot of drop. Yeah.
And it's kind of sad too, because cutting costs means a lot of jobs lost, a lot of unemployed people. But hopefully Thai Airways can turn it back on and build on its reputation, build up that trust, and return to its former glory. As for now,
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed, fingers crossed. As for now, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we'll be talking about high-speed trains. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand. The show is brought to you by British International School Phuket. Some say the best school in the world. And if you'd like a British curriculum or British style education and a possibly pretentious fancy accent like mine, you can also send your child or loved one or refer British International School Phuket. The accent is not guaranteed. I'm pretentious, therefore I have this accent. However, there were a lot of Americans, Russians. You meet a host of people from all over the world. Great school. Great school. That's all I'm going to say. As well, I would like to thank Ambient Mopa for being a Thaiger legend.
Thank you.
Can I tell you a fun fact about Ambient Mopa?
Please.
These are... Ambient Mopa, along with about 5 or 6 other people, are the longest standing members.
Fun fact.
15 months.
Wow. Oh, thank you
15
so
months
much.
Ambient Mopa has been a Thaiger legend.
Thank you.
And he's our first registered member.
Ooh, what does that mean, actually? For
Mariska Hargitay.
Mariska.
Thank you very much for your support. We really appreciate your love and support for Thaiger Ambient Mopa. And we shall now continue our journey through Thailand, talking about high-speed trains.
Nice. Okay.
That's my story.
Yeah. I was like,
Look
I'm
out for a second.
confused.
Yeah. Full steam ahead for high-speed trains. Now, Thailand's obsessed with high-speed trains at the moment, and in general, they're looking into the future. And why shouldn't you be? High-speed
Because our
trains
neighbors
are cool.
have it now. Laos have it.
Yes, that's
Yes.
right. High-speed train projects are an important element in Thailand's ambition to become Indo-China logistics hub. And they've been working hard to develop country's rail transport system, a key priority
Creep.
in the government's 20-year development strategic plan. Now, electric train projects in Bangkok and the surrounding provinces have already taken place. The first phase of a Thai-Chinese high-speed train project has started, and a high-speed train project linking up Don Mueang to Suvarnabhumi and Utapao airports. Those are some of the plans that they've been talking about for this year and the past. Now, responding to the government's rail transport development policy, the State Railway of Thailand, the SRT, has aimed to implement a high-speed train project across the country. So from the north to the east, to the northeast, and also the south. The northern high-speed train line will stretch from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. Okay, that's one train line. Well, the eastern line will connect Bangkok with Rayong.
Okay.
Who doesn't like Rayong? Very nice. I want to go to the beach. The northeastern line will run from Bangkok to Nong Khai. I don't know why someone would go to Nong Khai, but hey.
It's like right next to Laos.
To Laos, that's right. And also Nong Khai has a lot going for it.
Yeah.
Cows.
And the southern line from Bangkok to Padang Besar, which is, I'm guessing,
Near Malaysia.
Oh,
near,
yeah, Malaysia.
near or in Malaysia. It
Yeah.
sounds like it's in Malaysia.
I think it's near. I'm not sure.
Padang Besar is probably within Thailand, yes. Those projects are estimated to have a total combined length of 2,700 kilometers, 1,207 of which are being implemented in the first stage, which are considered urgent and something that they've been working on first. Another 702 in the medium term and 791 kilometers in the long term. So it's a long-term project, and they're going to focus on it. It's going to take years because...
Decades even, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Me too.
Natalie.
2,700 kilometers. That's a
Yes.
lot of rail tracks to be laid.
And, yeah, the good thing is that these trains will not need fuel.
Woohoo.
Talking about fuel,
Oh.
fuel costs a lot of money.
They do.
Yes,
And
especially
Thailand,
now.
yeah, and imagine an airplane, imagine a jet, how much fuel they must be using.
For sure.
But Thailand is to make jet fuel using cooking oil.
That's right. Have you guys ever heard of the term SAF or SAF?
No.
It's called Sustainable Aviation Fuel.
Oh, okay.
And hear this out. So, a project to make aviation fuel from used cooking oil in Thailand is receiving a 10 billion baht investment. And if all goes to plan, the product could be available to buy as soon as next year, so in 2024.
Okay.
Officials from 3 companies, Bangkok Corporation or BCP, which is a petroleum and energy conglomerate in Thailand, BBGI PLC, which is a subsidiary or sister company to BCP, and Thanachok Oil Light, known for palm oil and used cooking oil company, co-signed the paperwork to make their dream of sustainable aviation fuel or SAF a reality. But for the venture to be successful, it will need to use cooking oil from the people of Thailand. So this is where it gets really fun for us, people who love to cook. I know you use, how do you call it?
Air fryer.
Air fryer, so maybe not you. But they're encouraging now the public to bring their used cooking oil to their 2,000 locations nationwide, where they can either sell it to Bangkok or exchange it for more oil.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So used cooking oil will also be collected from Thailand's food industries, including from numerous fast food restaurants in the kingdom. I think that's a very smart move because they probably have tons of oils laying around. But at the moment, BCP is working with companies in Italy to develop the technology to convert used cooking oil into jet fuel. Now, if you think like this is a ludicrous statement, like how can you turn that into reality? It's actually happened before. So in April of this year, 2022, a plane took off from France and it flew 3 hours. It was an Airbus A380, excuse me, and it took off using
Jumbo jet.
yeah, it's a huge jumbo jet, and it used exclusively sustainable aviation fuel and flew for 3 hours on one engine powered entirely by SAF, made from used cooking oils and other fats, like so from animals or whatever. And they also said that the reason why they're looking into more SAF is because the global demand for sustainable aviation fuel is increasing. Why is it increasing? It's because if any airline does not use biojet oil, they'll have to buy carbon credits, which cost 3,000 times more. Now, the EU will accelerate the use of biofuel by increasing the carbon tax from 80 to 100 euros per ton, up to 200 euros per ton by 2030. And the demand will have significantly increased by then. So good for the future. We're going to have more sustainable ways of traveling, because I know we all want to travel domestically or whatnot. And it's good to have, like if we're already creating waste, why not turn that waste into something useful again?
And we'll stop people from pouring oil into the
Yes.
mask.
Oh, you
as
stole
well.
my line. I literally waited.
Oh, sorry.
I waited
So sorry.
5 minutes to say that
Sorry,
line.
Jay.
Scum.
So you can put
Scum.
oil into the planes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. All right.
And you can make
Nice.
money, right? You said they can
Yes,
sell
you can.
it.
Yeah. But if you're a restaurant, you might want to turn that into
Either way, win-win.
wins.
On that note, since I have nothing left to say, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we'll be addressing your poll. And a fun story. Well, it's kind of fun and sad at the same time. I'm pretty sure me and you are going to find it funny, and then Sarah's going to roast us for laughing. It's regarding a banker who got defrauded for 1.36 million baht.
Is he old?
Is she not very old? But we'll
Okay.
find out more after the break. Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand, and this show is also brought to you by Andamanda Water Park.
Woohoo!
Because who doesn't like a water park? And if you travel to sunny Phuket next time, consider visiting Andamanda Water Park for a nice and a splashy day out. All right, we're going to address a poll, Nettie.
Yes.
We did a poll yesterday, and it's regarding the capital. Bangkok is sinking
Yes.
Yes, in conclusion, Bangkok is thinking, where should the next capital be? Now, we had 5 choices. 43% of people said Chiang Mai.
Ooh, a lot of people
Surprised
love
by
Chiang
that. I was very surprised by that. 17% said Pattaya. 16% said Hua Hin. Phuket. Other cities also 17%. So people were divided between Pattaya and other cities. And 6% said Phuket. So basically, nobody thinks Phuket should be a capital. Yes. I took some of the comments from people. Corey said the next capital should be Korat. Khon Kaen isn't a bad choice either.
Actually, I agree with that because Korat is actually one of the biggest provinces in Thailand, and it's very robust as well.
Huge.
Good choice.
Have you ever been to Korat?
Yes, I have, and there's like huge shopping centers. There's even a water park, but not as good as Andamanda though.
Andaman the best. Yeah. Lars Hultberg says Ayutthaya is a realistic option. Bangkok's harbour could remain, and there will be flat land for airports and industrial infrastructure. The river helps too.
But I think they get flooded a lot every year. They get affected the most, Ayutthaya. So I don't think that's a good choice.
Okay. But go back to the roots. Maybe not, Lars. John, with the last comment, says, I agree. I lived in Amsterdam. He's basically saying, I lived in Amsterdam. Don't run away from the problem. Fix it. Bangkok is sinking. Don't run away from the problem.
That's a good
Fix
advice.
it. That's your city. There's a lot of people living here.
We can just buy boats instead and travel instead of cars.
Yeah,
We could
that'd be
just buy,
fun.
but we could just get all the plastic bottles and start putting it under Bangkok,
Yeah.
and so that it floats and doesn't sink,
A new lifestyle.
according to your logic. All right. Our last story for today is regarding a Bangkok banker.
Okay.
And unfortunately, she was duped out of 1.36 million baht. Now, stay with me. There's a lot to go with here.
Okay.
Okay, and you decide, was it foolish, was it fraud, or was it dumb, or should we not laugh
I'm
about
curious.
it? Okay. Here we go. A Bangkok banker admits she feels foolish after being scammed for over 1 million baht while trying to secure a loan for half of that money.
Okay.
All right, now this is a banker, and she basically wanted 500,000 baht of loan. So we're just going to call her B
Okay.
from Lat Prao. She applied for a personal loan from Kasikorn Bank, and soon after received a message via the Line app to secure it by clicking on the link. So somebody sent her a link on the Line app. She clicked the link, and then she was told that to get approved for the 500,000 baht, they needed 11% of the total amount as a deposit. So she gave that money. But that's not all. After the gullible banker was asked for another 150,000 because there was a mistake made. So she put the 11% deposit. They were like 150,000 baht. There's an error. So she paid another 150,000 baht. Then a further 150,000 baht because someone made another mistake.
And she
Yeah.
works for a bank.
And she works for a bank. It doesn't finish there. She then paid 185,000 baht for a document preparation fee. And then she was asked for another 215,000 baht because her credit was insufficient. Incredibly, the woman was then told her account has been locked and another 255,000 baht was needed to unlock it. The scammers then somehow managed to squeeze another 350,000 baht out of her because she still had insufficient credit. Now, you'd think that after paying more than 500,000 baht of what she wanted to borrow, she'd get the point that maybe this is not worth it, but no. Answering questions about the naivete of the banker being duped into paying 1.36 million baht to borrow 500,000 baht. Her lawyer came out and said, look, everything looked official. They forged documents to show that it was, that everything was legitimate. And this could happen to anyone. And I thought to myself, could this happen to anyone, though?
I think the problem here that I see is that her information was leaked, that she wanted to borrow money. That's why they knew, right? Like to like go to her and go through all these scam. If it was someone who didn't actually apply for a loan, they would be like, no, I didn't apply. But because they knew and she wanted that money, she fell for it. So the problem here is, how was her information leaked?
Possibly. That could be one.
Yeah.
Now, this lady, couldn't be, just the letter B, admitted that she feels foolish given she works in financial services sector and approached the network of campaigning for justice for help. Yeah, they showed her forged documents that seemed real, including a company certificate as well. But I mean, it goes to show that she's a banker, and she's like, yeah, sometimes banks do this. They make mistakes. Let me pay 150K to fix
But that's
it 3
a
times.
lot of money that she spent
of money.
fixing this
Yeah.
problem.
She spent 1.3 million baht trying to get 500,000 baht.
That's sad.
I hope
Actually,
she
that
gets
made me
some money.
sad.
Yeah.
It is sad. You know, so some people, like, the situation is sad. I feel sorry for her. But at the same time, imagine she was your banker.
Yeah,
And,
I would
you know,
feel safe.
Yeah, and then, you know,
But we don't know how high up in the position. She could be a junior. She could be like
Or
20. Like, I don't know, like very
Could
young.
be. Could be. So
And, yeah.
people have had divided opinions, just like you said, Natty. Like, some people feel sad that she got, duped and forced. Some people are like, dude, you work in a bank. What are you doing? The other people are just like, oh my God, this dumb lady. How could she not see what's going on? But yeah.
For me, the problem is almost education. Like, the Thai education especially, we program kids to follow authorities, right? So when an authority figure says you have to do this, you have to do this, you cannot question them. You're like, no, you are right. I will do whatever you want me to do. And that's the problem, I think. Anyways, that's what I got out of that situation.
I hope she gets some of her money back.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right.
That turned sad. Okay, go on.
Sounds sad. On that note, we're going to take another quick break, refresh, and come back with your comments and feedback, members. We'll be back right after this. Investing, but don't know where to start? Ever heard of AAA-FX?
What is AAA-FX?
Good question. Look no further than AAA-FX, your choice for trading and investing. Low commissions and spread with fast execution. They're trustworthy and have been offering services since 2008. You can invest using various deposit methods, including crypto, with negative balance protection and 100% matching deposit bonus. Choose AAA-FX and enter the lucrative market of trading. Visit AAAFX.com. Welcome back. Good Morning Thailand, also sponsored by AAA-FX, our newest sponsor. Because guess what? Trading and investing money became easier than ever with AAA-FX. There's going to be a big IFX Expo this year. It's for trading and investing, and like all the big dogs are going to be there.
Okay.
Oh,
And
wow.
Yeah, you too, on September 13 to 15, can visit the IFX Expo, booth number 43 for AAA-FX. And guess what? Thaiger fans get special trading positions
Ooh.
and a gift hamper if you visit them at the expo. So if you are into investing and trading and foreign exchange,
Make sure
check
to
out
drop by,
check out AAA-FX.
Yeah.
It's now time, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you the voice of God.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Carmel. Hello.
First comment is from Arena. Natty's giving me Charlie's Angels Lucy Louie vibes today.
Yeah.
Very
she does.
Lucy Lou.
Yeah.
Very Lucy Lou
Aw,
today.
aw.
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Natty
okay,
doesn't-
go
Na-
on.
Natty
Then
doesn't
just keep
like-
going.
Natty actually doesn't like the Lucy Lou vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Very Lucy Lou.
Lou today. I am a
Very
Lou.
Very Lou.
You asked people for help on the 7% of, how much was that? The
35.
Yeah.
35, and people were commenting it's 2.45 baht.
Oh.
Yay, there we
Much,
go.
right?
That's very little. Yeah, let them have it.
Almost nothing.
So
Yeah.
anticlimactic.
I mean, from 35 to 38, I wouldn't say no.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they're gonna
In fact-
make it 40.
yeah, in fact,
Yeah.
I'd rather want it to be 40 baht
Yeah.
because I don't have 37 with me.
Okay, next comment was from the Thai Airways story. Howard said that Thai Air used to fly directly nonstop to San Francisco. Sadly, they dropped that 15 years or so
Wow.
ago, but they kept that nonstop to LA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, LA is a major city, isn't it? I would guess LA and New York are the two places, east, west, to have those long haul flights. together.
Nice. Okay, I'll go to the next comment from Mike B about the high speed trains. And everyone was joking around about that topic. So his comment was, "Is the finish date 2045?"
Could be.
Or longer.
It's gonna take
We
at
don't
least
know.
10 years, no?
I believe so. Yeah.
Someone was joking that like you know how we reported yesterday that it's predicted Bangkok will sink on 2100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So the time that they'll finish this high-speed trains
Oh,
is
no.
when Bangkok's already.
Oh no.
No.
So it'll be like an underwater train.
It's gonna be like a
That actually
Snowpiercer.
sounds cool and
Yeah.
scary at the same time.
It's gonna be a
aquarium.
Snowpiercer situation where we're all just
Yeah.
gonna be traveling around Thailand in a giant train.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I like it.
I'm gonna be a Taili. He's
Abdul.
conductor.
Okay.
That is Abdul. Abdul the conductor.
Yes.
It's Abdul again. For the jet fuel using cooking oil story, Stefan commented they must have listened to us. So that oil story about throwing it in the drains, and
Yeah.
everyone was suggesting maybe there's a better way to reuse it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much
yeah.
better than snitching, right? Like
For sure.
instead of getting your phone out, give incentives for people who are doing it to make money out of it, and you'd be surprised how much oil you're gonna receive
Yeah.
and how much less pollution they'll cause.
Yeah. Good.
Fix the
summary.
problem. Don't run away from them.
Don't be snitching.
Speaking about snitching, while I was waiting for a bike taxi to work, the story about motorcyclists using the pavewalk
Yeah.
to drive. Someone just did that, and I looked, and I'm like,
I'm gonna
What would you-
snitch.
oh
Let's be
no.
honest. Let's say you're running 5 minutes late and you get into a motorbike taxi and your motorbike taxi goes onto the sidewalk.
The
Would you
pavement.
complain?
No, I'll appreciate.
You'd
This was
appreciate it.
I
You'd
don't know, this
appreciate
was
it.
someone random though.
Natty
I
will
think-
definitely. Natty would probably take over from the motor guy. and
No
be like,
way.
I'm late, yo. Just sit back and let me ride this.
Faster.
But yeah, it's gonna take a while before that stops. These things, like great plans, especially the governor. He comes out and he's got these amazing plans, everything that we should be doing, but to implement them and to enforce them and for it to actually become the norm is going to take years of compulsory, mandated push from the police and from officials.
True. So we had a lot of comments on the Bangkok banker story. Franco7, it said, like, the whole storyline that you were laying out, it sounds so fishy. Tech Symbol said, contender of the Darwin Award. I
Could
don't
be
know why.
Darwinism, the evolution of man.
Oh, yes, okay. Sorry. Dumb moment. Larry Conley said she clicked the link. Mistake number 1.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
But when I was reading this story, I felt like maybe I'm, what's the word, a bad person, or I like to be pessimistic sometimes, and I'm like, she made these series of choices that made me feel like maybe she was in on it, allegedly. I'm just saying that I definitely don't know enough about the story to really
Possible,
have a comment.
though.
But when I was reading it, I was just like, how can someone make so many mistakes in a row? Like, she paid 150 because someone made a mistake, then she paid another 150, then 350, then 250.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
lot of money.
At what point do you not stop to question what you're doing or what's
Agree.
happening? How desperate can you be for 500,000 if you have the ability to pay 1.3 million? So I was like, was she in on it? Is it fraud? Did she really get scammed? How good were the scammers?
You
These
would
were
be
like
very
world-class level scammers.
Honestly, you'd be very surprised by how gullible the people in the provinces are in Thailand.
Maybe she was a
They
good
just,
person, huh?
yeah, they just don't know. They literally do not know. So I stand by her. So if
she had
gets-
1.3 million baht to pay.
but that is strange, though. That is the strange part of it. Yeah.
Like, and it's not a huge loan. 500,000 baht is not. We're not talking in the millions. And she clearly has 1.3 million baht, which means she's well off in Thailand. I'm just confused.
Should
Which
contact
makes
her.
me think, and which makes me doubt. It brings doubt in my mind as to who she was. But as for now, I'm not gonna make any comments because we'll have to wait and I guess let the police investigate to see. But yeah, it's easy to form an opinion.
PG Santa asked, does the term banker actually mean bank teller in this
They didn't
scenario?
actually specify.
Oh,
Just
okay.
What if she was a cleaner? Oh, but wow, 1.3 million in the
No.
bank.
Yeah.
Like,
No, sorry.
Financial services sector. She works for the financial
Okay.
services sector.
But yeah, that's all I got from the comments section.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Please click the like button. Comment after the video if you'd like your comments to be featured on Tiger Bites and or other places.
Yeah.
It also helps the engagement.
yeah.
It helps Lucy.
What?
I was about to say it helps Natty's Charlie's Angels look, but I was like, it helps Lucy Lou's Charlie's Angels look.
To look like Natty.
Yeah.
I think
it,
that's a.
It really helps Lucy Lou's Natty look that she's going for.
Hola.
Yeah, she's a Natty impersonator. So yeah, consider clicking the like button. Thank you for watching live on Facebook, on YouTube, as always, and supporting the channel. For now, I'd like to say thank you to Natty.
Thank you.
Thank you to Sarah.
Thank you.
Voice of God.
Thank you.
Hotto and V-Shy behind the buttons. And we hope you have a great Friday. I know we're not wearing lumberjack shirts. That is
Oh.
true. That is true.
Next week.
But we will. There's a reason behind everything we do.
Really?
You need
Is
to
there?
trust. You just need to believe. Have faith in ye. And you will not be disappointed. Anyways, have a great Friday. Have an even better weekend. And we'll see you live once again on Good Morning Thailand on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.